Hello everyone, today we're learning add and subtracting fraction. Last lesson we talked about add and subtracting fraction with like denominator. Today we study add and subtract fraction with unlike denominator, okay? First I read this example. Look, this one, learning. Sarwan bought 1/4 kilogram of coffee and Sirwan bought 3/8 kilogram of coffee. What quantity of coffee did both Sarwan and Sirwan buy? So what means of this means we should plus them, okay? 1/4 plus 3/8, okay? So we know we plus it because it's one quantity. Look at here and here, it shows in this example the same, it plus it, add 1/4 plus 3/8, okay? After that, this denominator is unlike denominator, this 4 and this 8. The first step you should do that you should change unlike denominator to a like denominator, okay? So look at 4 and 8, okay? We have 4 and 8. 4 is the half of 8, so 4 multiply which number equal to 8? Multiply by 2, okay, equal to 8. So at that time we have 1/4, okay, we multiply, we have 1/4, this 1/4, sorry, we multiply by 2. When we 4 multiply by 2 equal to 8. When we multiply denominator by 2 at the same time, you should multiply numerator by 2. 1 multiply by 2. Okay, we have 1, so multiply. So you multiply denominator by which number? You should multiply numerator by the same number, okay? So equal to 2/8, okay? So we have like denominator. The second fraction is 8. So look, this 2/8, and look, now I write like this, 1/4, look, instead of 1/4 put down 2/8, okay, instead of 1/4 put down 2/8, and now we plus it, because look, the second fraction, the denominator is 8, directly don't change it. At that time we write 2/8 instead of this one, put down 2/8 plus this number is 8, okay? So at the same, we don't change this one. 8 3/8. Look, now we have like denominator. Both denominator is 8. Now put down 8. Put it 2 plus 3 is 5. 5/8, okay? This is the first example. Now we can use models. Look, for example, I give you this model. This whole, this 1/4. Look, this 1/4 and this 3/8. So look, when we line it up, 1/4 equal to what? 1/4 in this model equal to 1 2 2/8. This 8 this 1 equal to 2/8. At that time directly you can use instead of 1/4 we use 2/8. We plot them equal to, look, instead of this one, instead of 1/4 we use 2/8, because in the model it shows they are equal. Now we plus all of them 1. Look, this 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So our answer is 5/8 directly. Okay, can use these models too. For subtracting the same, okay? So the quantity of coffee that Sirwan and Sirwan bought together was 580 kilograms. Now for subtract it, okay? Subtract it, how we subtract it, unlike denominator, the same, only we minus it. Subtract means minus. So 5/6 minus 3 2/3. Okay, look, we have what? 6 and 3. Okay, the first look at denominators. We have 6 and 3. So I write 6 is here. Sorry, and 3. So you should change one number for the other one. For example, 3 smaller than 6. So 3 multiplied with number equal to 6. 3 times 2. Equal to 6. Okay. So we can change 3 to 6. At that time, what you need to do, you should change 2/3. Look, this one, 2/3. For denominator 6, because the other one is 6. Okay, we change this unlike denominator to like denominator. Okay, so 2/3, we have 2/3 multiplied with number multiplied by 2. When 3 look at denominator, we multiply denominator by 2. You should multiply numerator by 2 by any number. Okay, if you multiply denominator by any number, you should multiply numerator by the same number. Okay, so now equal to what? 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, now we have 4/6. Instead of 2/3, look, 2/3 equal to 4/6. So we replace the instead of 2/4 in the example, we use 4/6. Okay, look, instead of this one we use 4/6. Now I rewrite. Look, I have 5/6. 5/6 minus, you should put down minus. Look, because between these two fractions is minus. Okay, 5/6 minus, instead of 2/3 I used 4/6. Okay, so our denominator both number is 6. Put down 6. 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1/6. Okay, so answer is 1/6 when we subtract it together. You can use these models too. Look, the blue one, this one is 1/6. We have 5/6 in here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we have 5 and we have 2/3. Look, this 1/3, this 2/3 together. So when we line it up, when you line it up, 2/3 equal to what? Equal to count the cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2/3 is to 1, 2. 2/3 equal to 4/6. The same. You can use this model. At that time, instead of 2/3, we write 4/6. Look here, we wrote it. Instead of 2/3, we use what? 1, 2, 3, 4/6. Now we count this one. This 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we count it. After that, we remove it. Look, this cell, remove this one. This one, remove this one, because this minus. This one, remove this one. This one, remove the only which one is stay. Only this one is stay. 1/6. So our answer is for minus it is 1/6. Okay, that's all. Now in this exam, in this exercise, it tells us add. In the exam I give you like this: add or subtract. Okay, tell you add. For example, I tell you number 2, add 3/10 with plus 5 1/5. Okay, so look at these two denominators at first. These denominators. Look, 5 the half of 10, so you can multiply with number equal to the other. So we multiply 5 by 2 equal to 10 directly. So directly you can do it. Multiply by 2. When we multiply numerator by 2, at the same time you should you should multiply numerator by 2 only for that fraction. Now equal to what? So put down the first fraction because we change denominator for 10. 3/10 plus 1 times 2 is 2 multiplied 2 times 5, this one we wrote it 10. Now we change the first step, you should write for like no. The second step you should plus. Our denominator is 10, put it down. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5/10, okay? Or we can simplify. We use what I told them. We use divide by which number? By, in here we should divide both number by 5. So when we divide by 5, 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 10 divided by 5 is 2, is 1/2. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, subtract. Okay, for example, I have this one, 11. Every time you have these two denominators. For every time you should change small denominator to big denominator. Okay, for example, the big denominator is 12. Yes, in here, in 11, and the other numbers is 4. You should change 4 to 12 by what? Okay, we should change small number to big number. So you should change 4 denominator to denominator 12 by multiply. Every time we use multiplication. By multiply what? By multiply which number? 4 times which number equal to 12? 3. When we multiply this number by 3, at the same time you should multiply numerator by 3. Equal to what? 11, 12. Don't touch big denominator. I put it down like this. 11 minus, because between them is minus. 3 times 2 is 6. And 4 times 3 is 12. So in here we have like denominator. So 11 minus 6 is equal to what? Equal to 5. Okay, and that's all. I hope all of them understand very well. At first I give you homework. Look, 13, 16, 18, 10, 12. Have a nice day. Bye.